In a deadly force encounter, you need to use everything to your advantage, even your environment. The Mantis X firearms training system attaches to any gun with a rail and to your phone via Bluetooth to track barrel movement every shot you take. Use it to help you be the most accurate, fastest shot you possibly can in a defensive encounter. I use it in my training all the time. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson from just outside of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Here we're going to see an armed robber who actually tries to chase down an off-duty officer and pays the ultimate price for it. We're going to learn significant lessons here about using your environment to protect yourself, about cover and concealment and how they work pretty much the same, and about being the first to put shots on target. The robbery is just starting at the top of the screen, and our off-duty officer is actually off-screen on the bottom. And I'm not sure how he found out that he was here, but somebody said there was a cop there or something like that. News story is kind of hard to find. This one's too new, but he's going to come back and actually hunt for the officer. And you can see him there point his pistol, and the officer is just on the left now on camera, trying to stay away from the guy. And you see him looking over the top of the aisles there, trying to find him. And when the guy comes around on the back, he's going to put multiple shots in the robber and end him just that fast. Now, I don't know if the robber took the room temperature challenge here. It looks like he was hit pretty strong there, and the officer's going to come up, disarm him, get his gun away from him, follow up, and this one's over. Let's go back and think about some significant lessons out of this one. First of all, if you're a bystander here, there's a couple people to think about. You see, some of these folks, when things go down, they get out of the way, and I think that's incredibly important. So the lady in the red shirt, the person, I'm not sure man or woman, in the black shirt, they're going to get the heck out of the way. But watch the woman in the white shirt on the right of our screen, and she is going to have a harder time getting away and just kind of see what's going on. Get out of the danger zone if you can at all help it. Notice he walks right by the woman in white there, and she doesn't even pay attention to him. Next, our officer that he's out hunting and pecking for here, you notice he is going to go and get his pistol out. He's going for his firearm, but he's using the aisle there for concealment. And the guy can't see him, so he doesn't shoot him. It's that simple. You know, we talk about the difference between cover and concealment, but the reality is for CCW style gunfights, they work just about the same. Notice our robber on the right side here is trying to peek over the top of the aisles and even put his gun over the top of him. So if he could identify him, he easily could shoot through that. These are not cover. The bullets will go right through them, but what he cannot see, he does not shoot. And we see that again and again and again. And that's why concealment can work as well as cover. So now our good guy's going to sneak around the backside here. And a couple things that we want to think about is he gets his first shot off. Is it the first person to put a shot in the meaty bits of the other guy wins? Happens every time. Number two, I don't know if he was purposefully using this guy for cover who is on his hands and knees. If he was, that's not a great move from the perspective of protecting others. But I don't think that he was necessarily trying to do that. It just so happens that's where it was. Finally, put two hands on the gun if you possibly can. You want to make sure that gives you the best chance to shoot quickly. We see his second shot come off here. The time between them was about 0.55 seconds, which is not a fast split time when your life is on the lines for sure. But, you know, again, with one hand on the gun, it's probably about as fast as he could see. It doesn't look like he's aiming well anyways. There's his third shot as well. Do notice that he had to shoot from a very compromised position. It's not a typical standing range position there. He's in a crouched position trying to use his handgun. So knowing how to use your firearm from a compromised position is important. Now, what I'm going to notice here at the end is that our officer is going to then see that the threat has stopped. Once he sees the threat has stopped, he's going to stop firing. Now he has to take follow-up action. So he's probably fired 5 or 6 times, still paying attention to this guy, seeing what's going on with him, grabs his firearm while he's still paying attention to him, but notice that he's going to look away from him. I don't necessarily think that's a range scan. I think he's just looking where he's walking, which isn't a bad idea. If you have identified, I think this guy's out of the fight, taking his gun away from him. Chances of him being a threat right now, pretty slim, so look where you're going, see what else is going on around you. All things considered, this off-duty officer did a pretty fantastic job, used his concealment effectively, put the first shots on target, used it enough. I wish he'd put two hands on the gun, but we're going to give him credit for that. Did good follow-up actions and covered his asp.